So now we're going to take a look at the mages. There are actually a couple new patience cards and support added, which is really interesting. And we're going to be using those because we played patience before and mages and it wasn't super great. With these new cards, hopefully it'll actually be pretty good. So we've got the Crystal Skull, obviously, to protect our starter engine. Quite nice, Amphibious Assault. We are playing the new Chapter of Wizards. So this card's actually really strong. You deploy, spawn, and play Rune Word, which is nice. And then you have the order to spawn and play a copy of the last allied bronze mage. You can save this for as long as possible for the new alumni for a bigger payoff. You can use this to duplicate your meditating mage and get the resilience. Probably what we're going to be going for a lot of the time. We are playing ways to make multiple meditating mages, but this isn't a meditating mage resilience overload deck. We're not playing all of them, right? We're not playing like Adarin or teleports, or not teleports, megascopes. We're not playing that stuff. If you want to play that, that is an option, but you want a different deck list for that probably. We have the Gerhardt, and then we have, Gerhardt's just a strong play. He's a patience card, helps us out a little bit there. Mostly he's just a strong play though. He's one of the only big plays you can just throw down. And we have the Shani, summon a bronze who for your graveyard to your own, give it doomed. This is going to be the target for one of your inspired Zeals, this thing you bring back with Shani almost all the time. We have Queen Adelia. She's going to create a copy of something. This is where you get another meditating mage from. Or you can just create one of your students or an engine or a alumni if you're later on in the game. It's flexible, protects it. It's very nice. Mushy Truffle. I just wanted to try this one out in the deck. You could cut this one. This is one where this is just going to give you, it's going to give you a meditating mage. And then it's going to give you Golden Froth. The thing that's really nice about the Golden Froth is when you deploy it, you can just use it to protect one of your engines when you play it. So say you play this, and you've got a couple of units, and later on, you play, I don't know, a Banard student. You just click your Mushy Truffle and play the Golden Froth and boost it to 6 to protect it from removal range. I think that's pretty helpful. I'm playing Donmir Troy for Defender. I think Defender will get Purified, but I think we should run him here anyway. You could cut this for Selkirk. I wouldn't blame you there. I think this is a Selkirk or a Donmir Troy spot. And Raffard's Vengeance could also be Selkirk. Then you have another target for your Inspired Zeal. So he could fit in here pretty easily. But like I said, Defender, protect our stuff. Raffard's Vengeance. I want to try it out. So it's a strong play. You play it and you order. You give this Zeal pretty much all the time. So one of your other Zeal targets for Inspired Zeal. So you play the Vengeance. You Zeal it. You use this order. You play a bronze from your hand, draw a card. Ideally, it also has this accrue when you do this. So it's 5 plus 2 from leader is 7. Play a bronze unit, probably about 4. It's 11, does 2 damage, 13. It's a really strong play if you do that. So we're going to be running this. It's also a second target for Winch, which is usually in these decks for Shani. John Natalius, just here to get us our Amphibious Assault. And then I gave us a couple other Warfares to target because I don't like running only Amphibious Assault with John, although some people do that. We're running the Boiling Oil and Winch as well. Xavier, there's so much graveyard stuff. I think you need Xavier. Maybe even Xavier and Squirrel, but that's probably overkill. Definitely at least Xavier, so we're running him. Gonna banish stuff like Melusine, Rio God the Undying, monsters stuff for their Witch's Sabbath. A lot of banish you want. The 2 alumni, the new bronze. So yeah, this is the new bronze. If both values are equal to or higher than 4, gain Zeal. Probably you're going to get one of them higher than 4 unless the opponent's not running too much control. So you might want to actually use a Inspired Zeal on one of these guys. So what you have here is the melee damage enemy, range, boost allied. They correspond to the students, and then their values are the highest patience achieved by your students. So unless your opponent's not interacting with you very much, probably just one of those will be high. You might want to Zeal it, but it's a strong card and certainly give you good payoff. You'll notice here we're not running the Leticia version. There's no Leticia in here because you could Leticia the students. Greedy stuff's really popular now, so maybe it'll work, but I think there's a bit more control that won't work out most of the time. And then you might want to run the pincer maneuver so you can draw into exactly those for the combo instead of Inspired Zeal. And then we have the Boiling Oil, like I mentioned earlier, is forbid damage. Casting contest to reset something. And then we have the Winch. You can target Raffard's Vengeance and the Shani with this. One, practice makes perfect. We're trying this out. I'm not sure This card gets better the more patience units there are, because right now we are playing Gerhardt for 1, and then these students. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe it's worth it, maybe it's not. Maybe you want to slip in all the patience units, but I think Eastred is probably not quite the best for this deck. And then you have Leticia being an option if you want to go for it and be a little greedy. But then you probably want to run Tisea and Viraxis to reset if you want to do that path. And I think that will be a little too much setup to ask for in most games. It might work out now, but people are probably going to play more control cards once they're done experimenting with the new stuff. And then it probably won't be as good. So we're just running the one of this. With the Banard student, you have the order as always, the Arzua student, whatever it is, the Meditating Mage. This is the new one. So patience, order, gain vitality, bonded, gain resilience. We want to get the resilience, obviously. But the thing is, I want my opponent to kill these over my students, because the students give me more payoff in the long run. With stuff like alumni and their orders, the Meditating Mages give us options in carryover. But we don't have to say so it's supposed to be 1 turn to carryover, but it's still very, very strong. We can make the Meditating Mage. We have 2 here. We can make one off of the Mushy Truffle. We can make one off of Chapter of Wizards, and make one off Queen Adelia. So we can get up to 5. Potentially 6 if the Chapter of Wizards Rune Word gives us 1. Then 2 Radovid's Real Guards for a bit of protection. We're not playing Devotion here because we have the Xavier. I think we just need Xavier for the Graveyard Punish, otherwise I'd take him out. But, so yeah, we have the Xavier. Otherwise you could play the Carrick Marines as well. And then if you want to do that, you could just play Carrick Marines instead of the Real Guards, and then swap out your Xavier for a Reinforcements to make something else. Yeah, this is the deck. Let's see how it does in some games here. It should be pretty interesting. I'm not sure if you guys want to see the overload on Meditating Mage version. I think it's more of a meme deck, or at least it will be once people go back to playing actual control cards. As for this one, I think this should be pretty interesting. The other Met card I could mention here is Duamavera, the reset, the location order. Really solid on the Chapter of Wizards. And you can do a bunch of stuff like reset it, and then practice makes perfect, play the Duamavera again, do it again, and make it spawn a bunch of guys. Pretty interesting. So it looks like Handbuff here. Handbuff, when I play against Handbuff, the thing is you really want to win round 1, and then push round 2 so you have to waste all their buffed cards. For that purpose, also you want to control their Hawker Smugglers and Dunkas and stuff. So Winch probably not ideal here. We have a lot of casting contests, but just 1 Band Art student. I don't think I want 2 of these. Okay, so we got some students. We do have Donmere of Troy. One option we do have is to go for the carryover of these Meditating Mages. We can go Donmere of Troy. Like, if there's a Smuggler, but we don't actually have interaction with that right now, so that's going to live. We have Amphibious Assault here from their student. We go Mushy Truffle. We have these to make 3 of them. It's pretty good. With Donmere of Troy. And then Amphibious Assault gets us something. Probably going to be an Alumni eventually. Or John for removal. Or John for winch. So I want the Raffard's Vengeance set up. And I want Donmere of Troy. So I want Donmere of Troy, and then we'll play the Vengeance. And see if we can't do something here. Yeah, we'll do that, and then we'll go for the Meditating Mages. Should give us a lot of round 1-2 pressure. Sheldon Skag is going to be a threat, obviously. Since we have Defender, I don't need to Zeal this. Normally I would. Harass? Yep. He's playing a lot of low tempo stuff here, which is what I'd expect. So we want to play a bronze unit from our hand. And we want to get this Banard student going. Fire off that crew. And now we have the cooldown going there. And I think I want to set up these meditating mages. And then we can obviously just keep firing off with the vengeance here. That should give us round 1. There's too much engine value in this, so I want to set up the orders on these mages for resilience. He's going to give us the win on even, which is actually really good. Vengeance was too strong with Donmir Troy here. We're not going to get patience buildup, which is annoying. So the thing we could do is play another meditating mage, zeal it, and click their orders. We lose a card in exchange for 8 points of carryover. I think the card's a little bit more valuable. Just because we're probably going to play out our entire hand here to waste all this hand buff stuff. That's what you do against hand buff. And we actually have several students. Do I want this one meditating mage? That's the question. This gives us another one. So it gives us 2, and then it gives us golden froth. So I definitely want the one here as an option. 2 Radovid's real guards. I don't think he's running too much removal, so we'll take out one of these. That's a nice card to draw. This gets us either Winter or Boiling Oil. Boiling Oil is going to be probably a good card to draw into. We're missing Gerhardt, which would be nice. Also want Shani and Chapter of Wizards, so we're going to redraw here. The question is which one. Probably Casting Contest. Alright, so we'll set up a Radovid's Rail Guard. See if we can't boost a student. He's probably going to start having some actual payoffs to things soon. Sheldon's probably at least 2 buffed, and he can get 4, so kill something with this. Ithmeline, yeah, I'm sure it's bigger now. We have a Queen Adalia. We could go for the Meditating Mages. The question is, do we go for Meditating Mages with carryover here and Mushy Truffle, or do we go for the students for longer carryover, or longer for this round? Mainly with Queen Adalia here. We'll play one student here, obviously, to set this up. The question is then what do we do with the Queen Adalia? Can we make another student? Probably another alumni would be good. Depends how big these students get. He might kill us. But it'd be kind of hard without his Sheldon. Okay, so he's setting up to kill it. But I could just play another one. Honestly though, I think if I Golden Froth, or Mushy Truffle, another one of these students, or the Meditating Mages, it might scare him into not killing the student. That's kind of what I want here. So we'll play this Meditating Mage out. I really want him to kill the Meditating Mage, not the student. He's gonna kill the student. Okay, well we can click the Meditating Mages then. And go for a second one. We can go Queen Adalia, Mage, Truffle, make him harder to kill. Okay, because we're gonna have to get a Sheldon out here. So let's go Queen Adalia. Play this Meditating Mage with a shield. Then we'll get our Golden Froth to boost these guys up. We have one more Meditating Mage still. Okay, that's really big bronze. Go for another one here. We're gonna not have great students this game. Okay, I want to kill that, so we're gonna Boiling Oil it. That's our Boiling Oil target. And then we just click all of our patiences here. And that should be pretty good. Also, we have Amphibious Assault we want to play at least once. So we're going to go for probably a student here, a Banard student, so we can get a little bit of that going. Let's just do that before our Boiling Oil. Play the student before Boiling Oil. No, I think we just go for the Boiling Oil here. So melee, Boiling Oil, kill this off, and we click all of our orders here. He's gonna have to play some of his cards here that have hand buffs. That's our goal. Protector, yep, that'll kill one. It will remove all of our statuses. Rather annoying. Or no, I was thinking about boiling oil there. He doesn't have boiling oil. So now we have our Amphibious Assault to go for. And we will set up a Band Art student. Justice will be a good play by him, and then he's going to have Sheldon still in hand. We just want to get rid of the Handbuff cards. We'll be fine.
We're the best regiment in the whole plowing north.
Just want to get rid of all his Handbuff cards. Probably going to play to 0 here.
How did I fare, Mistress Letitia? Well, this time.
Then we'll have one 4-point carryover. It's not bad. The only reason we wouldn't play to 0 is if he has too many points. It's going to be Call of Forest.
Pride is all we've left.
There it is. What's he going to play? Duncan makes sense. Can we still beat him here? If we were to keep playing. 17. It's 3, 4, 5. It's 46. Potentially we have Practice Makes Perfect. He has Torque still. This is a boost by 8. That's a lot. So I think we'll go for... We'll get out Alumni if we do this. So I think we'll use this order. Boost. And then we'll Practice Makes Perfect on her. And just get this guy out. I'll go Banard for a bit of damage.
A pleasure, a privilege, an honor.
Alright, we got the Torque out. That's one of his big cards. Can we actually force out his last card? That's the question. I don't think so. He's up by 23. So we'll pass. We'll have 8 points of carryover. But he'll have his probably Sheldon. Maybe he's not running Sheldon. Maybe put everything on Philandroville. Although if he's playing Dwarven Agitator, he probably has... This is probably Sheldon. So we need a big play like Gerhardt. Preferably Gerhardt into a reset. Chapter Wizards is good too. So Shani. Alumni here has 4 melee damage, which is nice. We don't really want Xavier. Gerhardt's the only card that'd be really good here. But Alumni is not bad. It plays for 8 at least. I think we do just try for go for the Gerhardt though. Oh, nice. We got him. It's because he's going to have a big card in Sheldon. There's Bountiful Harvest. The other nice thing about last round where we went for the Practice Makes Perfect into our Alumni is Shani can pull it now. Then we have our Amphibious Assault. Probably going to be for another Alumni. We can Zeal that one. So we play Rune Word, spawn and play a last copy of the last played Bronze Allied Mage. So we have to play it off the Amphibious Assault. Then when we summon from Shani, won't count for that. Okay, so I think we can go get our Chapter of Wizards out. Rune Word here. Patience, Vitality. Spellweaver's probably the play.
Natural, of course.
We would like to set Gerhardt up so we could create a reset, but I don't think he's going to be able to until Sheldon comes out. Okay, so we could go for our Alumni here. I think that's our play. So Amphibious Assault. Alumni. Play him. Go off our Chapter of Wizards, get another Alumni. Zeal. Zeal. And that'll be it for him. GG. We still had our Shani for another Alumni and our Gerhardt, so that was going to be a pretty good game either way. That worked out quite well, and you can see there that even without a lot of mage value, without a lot of patience value, like the highest value we got to was 4, there was still enough power in our deck to deal with what he had, and really that was a showcase of what you do against Handbuff. You win round 1, round 2 you force out all their buffed cards, and then that should leave their deck fairly weak. Although he still had a Sheldon Skaggs left, I think, but he didn't have enough points in it. Okay, this is probably a heavy control deck, and that used to be something mages struggled with, so I imagine it still is. Probably still is. Do we want boiling oil is the real question. I think I do want both of these, by the way, to set up protection. And Mushy Truffle is going to be good too. The Golden Froth helps quite a bit. I don't think we want boiling oil or casting contest. Okay, Meditating Mage gives us a lot of options to set up. Let's see. Do we just open Queen Adalia? We could just open Queen Adalia and a 50-50 for the shield. Unless he damages it with a ping. Otherwise it's going to be pretty rough. Let's go Queen Adalia. I don't think we're going to be able to set up Meditating Mages very easily. But the question is, do we still go for it? Because we could go Adalia, Truffle, Mage. Click Truffle, pass. Then get carryover. Then he's probably running Madoc stuff, right? We can do this, or we can try and set up something. Let's try going for the Meditating Mages here. Let's see if we can get the 3 Meditating Mages, and then we'll pass. Okay, that's what I expected, the Madoc stuff, so not too surprising. So our choice is there. What do we do now? We're going to lose this round. He's going to have way too much control for us to set stuff up. The question is, do we actually still try and set it up? Mushy Truffle is good setup because it can help us protect. So that's an option. He's just going to bomb and then click this and it'll kill 2 things. Let's do this anyway because it gives us a form of carryover. These are obviously both going to die. Then we at least have the Mushy Truffle for a carryover on the Golden Froth. And here comes the bomb. Oh, Nature's Rebuke. Similar. So now we'll play this last Meditating Mage here. Our deck's not focused on these, but we might make him think we are. Here comes another bomb. We could keep playing here, honestly. But I think we want a longer round. Still, though, we could try and set up one guy. Wouldn't be tee bad. Try and set up one student. I want to at least get something for our alumni later on. We go for the other regards here. If we can get him to play out all of his bombs now, we'll be better off round 2. Oh, he's just going to give us the round. Interesting. This gives us +2 points. So we go, this is go melee. This gives +2. That should go to 11. We don't have any protection in round 2 except potentially drawing Dawnmere. Should be fine.
Overboard and I'm not jumping in after you.
We got carryover from Mushy Truffle. That's not bad. We can use that the order there to try and protect our stuff. Question is, do we go hard? I want to go for this round at least a little bit, mainly because we need to set up our students still. And I want my Dawnmere Troy. This guy's not going to do too much for us here. Okay, Chapter Wizard is really a card I want to see, along with Fard's Vengeance. Probably not this Winch, though. I want to set up a student. I want to set up something for Mushy Truffle, so we'll go Chapter of Wizards.
Stay forward. All magic will
Spellweaver, Meditating Mage might be interesting. How about the other one back though? But Shani could bring one back for more carryover. No, I think we just go for the Sintered Spellweaver. Spellweaver here. We could go for another Spellweaver on our Chapter of Wizards. Or we could go for something else. Yeah, kind of figured Moondust was coming in. Okay, so our choices here, we could go for double ban Art Student. Could remake Sintered Spellweaver. I think a double ban Art Student. And next turn go for Raffard's Vengeance. Or we can go Wizards, Raffard's Vengeance now. That's probably better because he has these, so we can kill off a lot of engines. We can make the Spellweaver and then this into this. That seems good.
Natural, of course.
Oops, that's not Raffard's Vengeance. This is.
It's not about why, it's about why not.
Alright, John Natalius is a really a card I want to see here. It's really good. We could have clicked this here to protect these guys a bit, but I want him to use up his charges. Northern Wind. Okay, now we can go for our John Natalius here. Hideous Assault. They'll trigger Raffard's Vengeance and kill, actually, we can kill off his guy here. Now I want to go for either Donmir of Troy. No, it's going to be Donmir of Troy. He's played both Moondusts. He can't purify this.
Never need ask me twice.
He played both Moondusts already, right? So, both Moondusts. I think that's his only purify here. Never mind, he's currently playing Peller. We're going to get punished for not clicking our Truffle then. He's going to kill our guy off. Of course, there's nothing for us to use the charges on anyway. He didn't actually kill us here. We can try setting up an Arazu student. I'll give us 4 charges here. It's not bad. We could also use Shani for our ban Art student. Our alumni is not going to be good at any point in this game, I don't think. Let's just go for this setup.
Folks say we live like princesses.
Click this.
If only they knew.
We are up by 30 points, and if he's playing a no-unit deck like this, tempo swings are not really something he's going to have unless there's like a... Okay, I was getting there. Saying a 12 removal, Scorch, Curse of Corruption type thing. Let's see, we have our student. She's going a little bit. Let's just set up another student.
But we shall prevail.
What are we going to use this Zeal on? One we need here. I think we'll just protect this, our alumni here. We'll just leave him. Let's just leave him how he is. Let's play Curse of Corruption. What else do you have? He still has leader charges. The thing is also here, he might be holding a couple of the, well, at least one of the Sentinels, potentially. But we'll have time to decide if we want to pass or not, because he's not going to have too many high tempo plays. Yeah, we expected this to come out here. He was not holding a Sentinel. That's annoying. Protector, so he's going to kill that off. It's going to be, what, 11, 12 point play? 12. Up by 2. Question is, do we want to pass now? Whose short round is better? That's what this is going to come down to in the end. The thing is, though, without... I think we can get away with just playing Gerhardt and maybe going for a casting contest or something. We also Shani and bring back something. For round 3, we'll use Shani. That's a good play. I think this is also a good play for round 3. But I think we want to keep going here because we have Raffard's Vengeance for solid engine points. Kill that off. We're not getting more value than 1 out of this, so we'll just click. That way we don't get punished for it dying to a bomb. Raffard's Vengeance here, seeing a lot of engine value is kind of the reason we're continuing. Heat Wave on Raffard's Vengeance. Interesting. Do we play... Boiling Oil is a card I don't mind losing. Let's see. 5 provision spells, like Alzur's Thunder or something. That's removal. I think I want a 6 provision spell. 6 provision spell. I think I want 7. 7's too hard to get to. We go Shani. You have 2 boost student. Next turn it's a 6, and that's our last card. I guess we just go here. There's the casting contest. Play Boiling Oil. He needs 14. What's he gonna have here? Like I said earlier though, tempo plays are not his deck's
Your
thing.
magic can't harm me. No
And we're
magic
up by
can.
8. Do we go for our Shani? How hard do I want to push her? Do I think we can win? We are redrawing Amphibious Assault is one thing to remember here, which is nice for round 3. But then we don't have much payoff here. Round 3 is going to be pretty weak. If we do go Shani, what's the best choice? Probably the student. So we go put her ranged. I think we do this.
Sure. Be glad to.
I'm sensing from him that he doesn't have a lot of power left.
We need sleep. Another test.
Do Zeal on this. Do we use our last charge here for no reason other than 2 points? I think so. We're not going to need it round 3. I think he doesn't have enough points here. Synthesis. And Gorge for 11. Looks like we got him, boys. Didn't need the last charge, but... I was like, other than Gord, what's he going to have? His biggest play is probably Synthesis, and there's no unit decks. Alright, let's find game 3 here. 2 wins so far. That's better than I expected. I thought there'd be more control. And the fact that we were able to take a win off a no unit deck shows you that the extra engines you get with the Meditating Mages, Patience just didn't really have enough Patience cards. It's kind of the problem with, what's one of the problems I have with this expansion release, right? They released it in 3 different parts. Like, Monsters got all the good cards last set. The Northern Realms Patience cards, you kind of needed them all, and they weren't good until now. Something to keep in mind. We have 1 Meditating Mage here, and our Mushy Truffle. Don't really want Winch. Raffard's Vengeance, really strong card, by the way. Do we want this casting contest? I think so. I think we do want it. 1 Meditating Mage. I don't think we need Royal Guards here. Tactical Decision usually doesn't play very much control, so I'm not too concerned there. I want to get engine value set up. Question is, if he's playing Cursed Scroll, what's he going for? Because it might not be standard Hyper Thin, it might be something different now, because if you're going to play... Okay, so it's Clog, and that draws Kolgrim. Alright, he's playing Clog. The thing is here, I actually have a good hand. The problem is here, we can't actually kill a Kolgrim. Yeah, we can't kill Kolgrim, which means the only way we beat it is by forcing it out round 2 after winning round 1, so we don't lose round 2 to Kolgrim Letho. So we have to win round 1. And then with round 2 we have to do stuff and then hope that his round 3 renew version. If it's renew version, I'll be in trouble. We need to strong round 3. So I need students set up for carryover, and I want these patiences. So to win this round, Mushy Truffle and to double these guys. Let's just start with Mushy Truffle. Start these guys going. We'll see how much control he's actually running. We have 2 more in our hand. And John Natalius gets us Amphibious Assault. I'm just trying to think if we Amphibious Assault. I like the idea of the Van Art student a little more. So we could potentially use the damage. We do need to get our Xavier so we can banish the Kolgrim, so we can't renew it. Though we'd have to then banish the other one. So he's gonna die. Here, let's see what he's running. Tourney Joust? Yeah, Tourney Joust. That's fine. That is fine. Weren't too concerned. I really want the students. So we'll go John. Previous Assault. I want the Bannard student. We could go for Defender here, but I don't want him invocationing it and then protecting his Kolgrim with 2 Defenders. Then next turn we'll play Raffard's Vengeance and click the deploy, or the order on our Mushy Truffle. This one might be a rough game, because I don't know if we'll have enough control to actually handle a Kolgrim. We're not running something like Selkirk or Heatwave. If it's smart for him, he'd just take this. No, okay, it's fine too. It's probably good. Like I said, though, we have to win this round, so we need really powerful setup here because he has the tactical advantage and snowdrop potential. So we go for Raffard's Vengeance. We're going to Zeal it.
I'll give them 2 days before they cower and retreat.
Like this. I want my other Bannard student, I think. Yeah. We can just mulligan this back next round and we won't draw into it. And we'll click here. Boost all these guys up. He has to do something with Raffard's Vengeance. We are getting a lot of engines here. We have Chapter of Wizards next as well. I think I want to set that up for potential carryover too. If we get Rune Word into a Meditating Mage, we can just spam out 3 more Meditating Mages.
You're dead. It's nothing worse.
Okay, that's not too bad. I think he's setting this up to die to a Coded Weapons. So I think I'm just going to actually play this casting contest on it, so we can't Coded Weapons it. I need these in my graveyard, so I don't want him banishing them. The next turn we play our Chapter Wizards. Okay, here's his big turn.
You'll never get my rhymes out of your heads.
You kind of have to hope he doesn't have a lot of the redraws for the Tactical Decision. If they're lucky and have all 3 in hand, it's really rough, no matter what you're playing. At this point, it's not that likely he has all of them. Unless he used... Yeah, like I said, it's not that likely he has all of them. We have to win this round. Do we want to do it? We obviously would like to do it uneven. I'm not sure we can, but we'll still play Chapter of Wizards.
Magic must remain in worthy hands.
See what Rune Word gives us.
Our hand.
I guess a Meditating Mage, solid option. Because next turn we could Zeal one for that setup. Or go for the other student. Let's go for the Meditating Mage. And we'll keep going here. We don't have to win uneven. That's Kolgrim, we just have to win. If he has less... If the thing with Kolgrim decks, I'll point this out. If they have less cards than you... Okay, that's pretty odd. What are we reshuffling here?
Yes. What is it?
Maybe it's Assault? It's not too bad. It's a little annoying. So let's go for another Meditating Mage. And then another... Then we'll make one off Chapter of Wizards. And we can click this turn or next. I'll click next turn, so we'll get another one. And we might want to do one of these. So we're on even. Let's click one of these so we're on even. Or ahead on even. Now we can either pass, or we can go down a card and trigger a bunch of mages. Okay. We'll play this one and then click the other two. Obviously here next to Raffard's Vengeance. Get some carryover. And we're going to save here our Gerhardt, obviously, for the next round. It's going to kill one off. Honestly, we could just play the Guardian. Not often you want to hear that. We'll click this one as well now. Alumni is up 6 damage, potentially. Let's go for Raffard's Vengeance order. I'm just going to play the Guardian. That was not what I wanted to put it, but doesn't matter. We'll just put this Meditating Mage here. Since he gave it to me after all, he must want me to play it. We should have put this in the range row, because now we're clogging up space in the melee one. Infiltrator. We'll just kill that off with an order. Put this one. This is at 7. Do we Gerhardt? Honestly, this is probably stronger than Gerhardt.
Get a clean up ahead of class.
We could go for teleport or practice makes perfect. Teleport's not great. Practice makes perfect. Teleport could help us out, but if you teleport, Guardian gets banished, by the way. Let's just go for Pact for the points. We're up by 20. We don't need to click this order. We can get more carryover this way. Okay, so now we have to make him Kolgrim next round. And then if he's playing Renew version, well, we'll see. The thing is, with 9 damage on Alumni, we can actually maybe kill it. Ooh, that's a nice draw, the Salt. Yeah, casting contest is good here. I'm feeling pretty good. Casting contest on this Alumni is very strong. Meditating Mage not the strongest. But we have our... what's it called here? Our Amphibious Assault we're going to open with. Just looking. Since he put it back, by the way, it lost its Doomed. So we can play it 3 times. Do I want Defender? Or do I not want Defender is the question. If he has Defender, if he has Defender, I want extra damage on this. So I think I go for a Band Art Student. Just kidding, we're going for Alumni.
We have each other's backs.
It's got like, this Alumni is going to be pretty protected, and it's got the 8 or 9 damage order. That should represent a lot of threat to him. His Meditating Mage carryover is very helpful set up here. What's he going for? Sure, you can clog me, but clogging's not going to save you this round anymore. Now you actually have to win. Still has 9 damage order here. It's no joke. We'll go here.
Pass and forget. Not I.
Are we trying to win this round? I think we are. Someone will use a protection here. Well, no, because he has Defender, Kolgrim, and Letho, probably. So this will be Defender, Kolgrim, Letho. We'll take a casting contest to kill there. Alright, we'll end our turn. If this isn't Defender, then we basically win. Because this Kolgrim we can kill with 2 Alumni charges, or 2 Alumni orders. If he does have Defender, he'll probably win the round with the Renew. Snowdrop? Nope, fair card. Oh, he's in trouble. He doesn't have what he needs. We just have 2 Alumni orders to kill him. We have another one off casting contest too. This is gonna be the... he's gonna boost his guy. He's gonna get 13. He's gonna get a lot though. Yeah, we'll just click an order on it and then play casting contest.
Strike fast. Leave it no chance to the end.
So, click. refresh. And let's see what you got, bro. I can still kill your Kolgrim.
Done there, mother. Strain your throat. Help is not on the way.
Alright, I think we just blast a bunch of cards and watch him lose. So, goodbye.
To die by your side, a pleasure.
Goodbye. Towards Vigo. We'll just boost this one, why not? And then boost here. Yeah, that's a GG. Alright, so what do I think? Now, mages, I've played a fair amount of patience mages since the first cards came out. They're so much better. You could see in those games particularly that they're really solid. The nice thing is you can... The thing patience mages needed two things, in my opinion. They needed more patience cards, and they needed better payoffs to the patience. Previously, you only had Shani. You'd bring back a student and then fire its order. And you also previously had the Adept, right? So, the card we're not using right now. The Aretsu Adept. Right here. So, when our patience triggered boost self by 1. It wasn't enough. And then you could Tisea, but Tisea was bad. Tisea is really good now with the Meditating Mage one, Mage Overload, by the way. I'm just not a fan of that all-in style. But yeah, the deck's actually pretty solid. Chapter of Wizards is fantastic, by the way. It creates two engines. What else do you want? One of them has a shield. Really good. And you get 2 in a turn with the order. So it's a 13 provision. You can't search this with your, I think it's Assault, by the way, kind of annoying. You could consider running Onerbancy instead of Gerhardt. But I don't want to run too much consistency at the cost of actual power cards. You could do that. But yeah, the deck's pretty good. Changes, honestly, I like it. There's only a couple one right here. The Dawnmare of Troy slot's the one that I would consider changing. Really for Selkirk. Question is, do you want to run Selkirk or do you want to run Dawnmare of Troy, I think? Up to you. You could also cut out something like Xavier Lemons. Look, I think I mentioned this earlier. You can cut Xavier, and then you're running Devotion, other than Mushy Truffle. So you can cut Mushy Truffle and Xavier, get 15 Devotion provisions, and then put in Selkirk and Reinforcements or something like that. That would be pretty solid. So that's one consideration. No Mushy Truffle, no Xavier. That gives you 15. You put in Selkirk and Reinforcements, or Selkirk and Margarita for the lock. Those are the two choices there. Or you could also throw in a Rune Word. I guess that's a third choice. I'd prefer Margarita. Or, what did I say before Reinforcements, though? Kukukak, also an option. But I don't think you really want him as much. So yeah, that's the changes here. I think in the bronzes are always personal preference. There's a lot you can do here. Like, if you don't want a Boiling Oil, you don't need it. I like the Boiling Oil because with this setup of a order on a Banned Archer student, you can actually reach and kill like a 6 or a 7 if there's a scary card, like Messenger of the Sea. Something like that. Pretty nice. Students are really nice. Meditating Mage. Alright, a lot of people are complaining about Meditating Mage Overload being too strong. I think as soon as control decks are popular again, it's just gonna die to them. But we'll see. We'll see how good it is. It's definitely really good here, because even without the Bonded, if you could have another Patience card, it helps out your Practice Makes Perfect, which played pretty well here. I think there's enough Patience cards to make this useful now. Meditating Mage, not bad. And then the fact that it's bonded helps with Mushy... Like, you can use Mushy Truffle for it. Really good. Chapter Wizard gets you 2 in a turn. So really helpful to the deck. And I think this is probably a list I like. I like Dawnmere, but Dawnmere's a tough one because Selkirk's such good removal to answer something. And you have the Art Zuda students to boost him tall if you need to. So that's the one consideration here. By the way, talking about the new cards here in the deck. Chapter Wizards... talked about already, it's fantastic. Mushy Truffle is pretty good. It helps out quite a bit. Mushy Truffle, the value on the Golden Froth is pretty high because you really want to protect your engines. It sets up that, and then you can play the Froth on a couple of your students to keep them alive. Really helpful. And then Raffard's Vengeance is super strong. You play it, you boost it with Leader, use its ability, play a student, does 2 damage because you got the crew set up. Well, you have 1 next to it, and then you have Raffard's Vengeance next to 1 unit. That's a soldier or mage. Use its ability, put it on the other side. It's 5, you boost to 7, does 2 damage, that's 9, plays a student, that's 4, sets up an engine, while being an engine itself. Really powerful. You can actually carry around just with Raffard's Vengeance and a bunch of mages. Really good. And lastly, we have Alumni. This is the kind of payoff the deck needed for the students. And I'm so glad they have a card like this in the game now. You saw in the last game, we got the order on this to 9. We never got the Zeal. As I said, like when control's around, there's a fair amount of control we played against. You're not going to have both students boost up. I think you're just going to get one. It's like one student really high. But that's the deck. Hope you guys enjoyed. I think it's much better than it used to be, and it's actually quite a bit of fun. So, that'll be it for this one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, like I said, and we'll see you next time.